In this video, we're going to look at a company called Sezzle. The ticker is SEZL. This is a payment company. If you go into a store and you can't pay for something up front, you can make installments over 2, 4 weeks, months, etc. They have 3.3 billion in gross merchandise volume, 2.9 million active customers, and 748,000 monthly on-demand and subscribers over the last 12 months. We're going to go ahead and look at some technical analysis on this company and some fundamental analysis to decide if this is a buy or not for you. We're 13.93% above our 40-week moving average. If I made a video on how to interpret this, so just watch that video if you don't understand what's going on here. But basically on the 40-week we're a buy, and on the 189-day we're a buy here. Every other time frame we're a sell. It's about a $3 billion market cap. It's 248% off its 52-week low and 50% off its 52-week high. We closed on Thursday at 89.50. We opened on Friday at 89.69, and the current price also to close of Friday is 91.60. We had a high of 93.04, a low of 89.69, and the average price was 91.37. High on the year is 186.74, low is 23.82, and the average price is 105.28. This is just the VIX to tell us if the market is overbought or if it's a fear and greed. It's not terrible right now, but the market's starting to get a little frothy, so just keep that in mind. So we may get some pullbacks. 60 is the high, 12.70 is the low, and the average is 36.42. In this ETF, we're using the Alpha 12-month ETF. These are the 5 best performing stocks on Friday. These are the 5 worst performing stocks with the change percentage and the relative volume, the price, and the close. Now, if we go into the daily time frame, we're going to look at the 21-day actually first. We can see we're above the 21-day. If we go over here and look at the RSI, we are below the 50 line. We want to see this break above the 50 line. So for a short-term trader, that's what we're looking at. So this looks like it may break out on a short-term time frame, even if you're someone who uses the 21-day and not just the long-term time frames. As far as the midterm time frame, the 63-day, we are definitely broken down, but we're trading sideways. However, our 63-day is trending downwards. And then if we look at the 189-day, it is holding here, and it has pretty much held here for the year, other than right here. That was in April when the market kind of broke down as a whole. So it wasn't just this stock, everything was falling at that time. And we peaked up here around July. And you can see how extended we were from our 189-day, and now we've pulled back to it. So this would probably have been a bad place to buy this, but this is looking like an interesting place to maybe take a position in this to me. Now the percentage above or below, you can see we've been 10% or more above for the most part, except for a couple of days here. The 189-day moving average for a long time. When we were extended, we were over 100% above that 189-day moving average. Now, if we go to the weekly time frames, we can see here on the 40-week, I'll just go through this one chart and then we'll go down and look at the percentage from each moving average. We've held this 40-week, which is a 200-day on a weekly time frame, just using Friday closing prices. And you can see we have a lot of volume here to push this up, and then we pulled back. We're 1.41% above the 4-week moving average, 14.70% below the 10-week moving average, and 1.14% below the 30-week moving average, and 13.93% above the 40-week moving average. On a monthly time frame, we're 24.2% above the 12-month, and I'm only going to go through the 12 months because I'm really looking at the long-term time frame here for this. This doesn't have a lot of trading because it's not been on the market that long, but you can see what did we say here? 12%. We've been not below 12%. 22% is the lowest, or we had 13.935%. That was the lowest on March 31st, and that's when it broke down and the whole market broke down. So based on what the past of what this stock has done, this looks like an interesting entry point. If we go to an earnings model, we can see Finviz has given it $4.27 to close out the year with a 42% growth rate. If we project that out for 10 years, for 5 years at 42%, and then years 6 through 10, we cut that in half to 21%, use a 15% discount rate, 15 terminal multiple, bring it back to today. This earnings model gives it a present value of $318.24 with 247.43% upside. If you use the Graham valuation model, which is a little more conservative model, this gives it a acceptable buy price of 141.87, which is 45% of upside. If we go to the daily candlestick, you can see that these are the candlesticks. They're, if you want to use those, you can. But I'm not going to talk about those. I don't use those a whole lot. But the support and resistance here is over the last 42 days. And at support, we have our price is 86.43. So if you wanted to trade this and use a stop, you could use that as a guide. And then 153.68 is our resistance. If I'm not getting a weekly MACD on this. I'm not sure why, so I'm not going to go to that. We have this is the 5-year chart of the 40-week moving average. We can see we've been in an uptrend since we've traded on the market. Ever since this has been trading on the market, it's been in an uptrend where we did just break down right here. That's the same time frame I was looking on the 1-year chart, and then we got extended here, same thing, and then now we're here. And when we pulled back here on 9.5, it looks like we're pivoting back up. And then if we look at the Chaikin money flow, the trend channel, and the MACD, we'll start with the trend channel. We're in a 1-year uptrend, and we've pulled to the bottom of this trend channel, but we're still holding support here, and that's 80.78 for the lower channel and 164.63 for the upper channel. We have an open MACD that's trending up below the zero line. And then we also have a Chaikin money flow that broke above the zero line, and now it's slightly below the zero line. And we've seen this before where it breaks above and then it slightly goes below and then it goes up. It could trade sideways for a while. It could break down, but the risk is low. The reward is high here, in my personal opinion. These are just the numbers here for the MACD, the Chaikin money flow, the alpha, and the upper and lower trend channel and the price. We have 230% of alpha over the last 12 months. So stocks that have gone up in the past are more likely to go up moving forward. We have pullbacks, and these pullbacks give us opportunities. So that's really all I got for you in this video. I hope you liked that. If you did, consider hitting the like and subscribe button, and thank you for watching.